Welcome to another episode of Wait There's More Get to Skinny with Sue and Kim. This podcast is all about real talk, real experiences, and the real journey behind weight loss, health, and learning how to actually keep it off. I'm Sue, and my co-host is Kim. And together we've spent years navigating the ups and downs, victories and challenges of weight loss, mindset, and lifestyle change. Around here, we believe weight loss is only part of the journey. Each week, we're diving into topics like long-term weight loss success, mindset shifts, gastric surgery journeys, fitness, nutrition, motivation, and everyday struggles that women face when trying to live healthier lives. We are not medical professionals. Everything we share on this podcast comes from our personal experiences, opinions, and the lessons we've learned along the way. Think of this podcast like sitting down with two friends who have been through it, figured some things out, and now are here to share the truth about what it really takes to transform your life and keep the weight off. So go grab your cup of coffee or even your protein shake and let's get real about health, weight loss, and everything in between. Because remember, wait, there's more. Hey! Oh my gosh, can you believe it?
Hello.
Hello, fans of ours. Oh my gosh. It's been so long.
Well, hopefully they won't notice. They'll just watch all the episodes right in a row.
That's right. And catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had plenty of time to catch up, right?
Yeah. Past few months have been crazy.
Yes. Well, with graduations and, prior family vacation plans and you taking on a new position at your job.
Yeah, that's been very taxing.
Yes. But we've managed to keep our sanity. Most likely, most of us, well, I'm hoping all of you out there have been maintaining and embracing a healthy lifestyle in the meantime.
Yeah, because when life gets in the way like that, it is hard to stay on track for sure. And, we're hoping this podcast is a helpful tool for our
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah. And it is a struggle because you have to figure out a whole new routine, especially for you, taking on more responsibility with your job and the, longer hours and everything shifts. Like you have to recreate your daily structure. And, sometimes starting a new position is a little bit difficult because, it's something you haven't, you might not be familiar with, and that's a frustration and stressful. And, until you know what you're actually doing and have your own, routine in place with the job, it can lead to, unhealthy lifestyle, like, getting off track from working out and, eating healthier like you have been. And, you just kind of just keep moving forward and keep playing around with, getting a schedule.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that like mentally, I just haven't been around to get my work-life balance. The structure that I basically had, went away. So yeah, I had to redefine all that. I was just telling my husband, it's like, working late and then like you can't, when you work from home, you can't leave the office. So because I'm so stressed at work, it's like it makes my home a negative space. And, I don't want to leave my home, but right now home is like a bad thing because of that office.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to be happy in my home again. So I have not sacrificed my workouts though, and I actually increased a couple days a week. So I do feel like that has helped keep my
Oh, that is
sanity.
awesome. Yes, that
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah. I'm a little extra sore. I did a double workout yesterday, like morning and evening. So
Yes.
my quads are burning.
Yeah. So have you ever done that before, or is this just something new?
I don't think I've ever done a double in a day.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah.
aside from probably what I should still be doing is like taking a walk and, walking a few miles. I guess you could call that a double workout if you've like strength trained in the morning, but
Yeah.
um yeah, I don't want to dwell on me too much because, boohoo, I'll be fine. But it, kind of leads into so like eating habits. I feel like I've been snacking less just simply because I don't have the time to be bored and go open the pantry door.
Yeah.
So that's been, I'll call that a bonus, but it kind of brought us to our topic, food wise, I guess, just clean eating, how to set up because I have no desire to grocery shop. It's like a burden to me. But, I'd love to eat a little more Mediterranean, paleo, something like that. And the beef tallow trend or, you
Yeah.
know, topic kind of came up. And I knew you said something about you guys were using it or making it.
Yes.
So I was curious, what is all the buzz about it? Is it really making a difference?
Yeah. Um, for us, we use it mostly to like fry, in the fryer to fry foods, instead of peanut oil or vegetable oil. Um, that seems to be a little bit healthier. Al makes it, himself. It's all homemade from, beef grease, and, we have bacon grease. And we use those versus the seed oils. Um, I find that fried food tastes really different with beef tallow. Now, the other day, Al fried he cut chicken breasts into like nuggets and he breaded them to fry them, and he used peanut oil. And I'm telling you, I was deathly ill.
Oh, no.
I had just maybe 3 nuggets, and my stomach, I threw up twice. And I don't know if it's because we haven't used peanut oil in so long that it
Yeah.
made me ill. So I was really shocked by that. We try to use it for, instead of using olive oil, we may saute other like vegetables and stuff in it. And then, I feel like it makes a difference in the way our food tastes. It doesn't upset my stomach lining at all. And they say it's healthier, until you're like, is it healthier?
Right. That's kind of, yeah, exactly where I was going with that. So,
Yeah.
how do you obviously you have achieved a lot of success in where you're at right now. So, would you recommend it? Do you think it's actually making a difference so that it is high in saturated fat,
Yeah.
supposedly?
I think it makes a huge difference, because it's not processed. You
Well,
could
that's
get,
that's definitely a pro.
yeah, yeah. And if you're trying to focus on, more healthier, whole foods versus, um, the processed foods, it's really good to just, focus on the beef tallow. Now, I think the only reason why Al said he didn't cook the chicken in beef tallow is because he didn't think it, would go together.
You can't do the two together.
But they said it's fine to use beef tallow with chicken. So
Oh yeah.
I'll let you know the next time we because sometimes the kids love their chicken and waffles, and we'll fry waffles and chicken and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll have to let you guys know if beef tallow and chicken are a thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the what I pulled up was the chemical-free processing,
Mhm.
obviously, they're
Yep.
not using any heavy industrial refining. Um,
Mhm.
it contains zero trans fats. But again, like it's a lot of people are kind of anti-seed oils right now, so it kind of just went in line with that. Just kind of curious what the listeners are doing and what they have found. segue into like the skincare aspect of it. You said Al got a little sunburn the other day.
Yes, he got sunburned, so he rubbed beef tallow on it. It took the sunburn away and off. Like you know how you get that, like, oh my God, I feel like so hot. And
Yeah,
we tried to get our son Owen to try it, but he was like, oh no, I'll do the aloe.
interesting. It says it rates high on the comedogenic scale, risking acne breakouts. So yeah, if you're used to having, if you're prone to that, I'm sure your dermatologist isn't saying rub beef tallow all over you. But I've seen so many products, or even like little small businesses that are making the like the whipped tallow, like the
Yes,
specialty stores I've seen it in. So I was curious what
yeah,
everybody felt about it. It does say one con is the beefy odor.
yeah.
So did he smell like were the dogs like, "Hey, Dad"?
Look at his face.
Which I mean, it's harmless, right? I'd rather
Yeah,
them
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
I think with that, and it kind of surprises me because I feel like with anything, when you know, somebody comes out with this grand new thing, like the beef tallow, for example, or the coconut oil. Like coconut oil was the thing. And then
Hmm.
before you know it, you're rubbing coconut oil all over your face and, you know, using it as a moisturizer. And then, like, I feel like this is what's going on with the beef tallow now. Like, you know, or like,
Hmm.
I mean, we're getting a little bit off track here, but like the same thing with the GLP ones, like the shot. Now there's a pill, and now there's all these powder supplements, and you know the the pills that they sell in the store, you know, over the counter, and it's like they're so not effective, but it sucks everybody in to buy it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So, but I feel
Yeah,
like with beef tallow, like I feel it's more healthier to use for it, like in the cooking aspect of it, um, versus like the vegetable oil and the seed oils and stuff.
hmm,
And I do notice like a great big huge difference in our the taste of our food.
yeah. Hmm. I mean, that can be very important. I mean, there's a lot of value to your relationship with food, and if it's helping there, like, for me, I think after the surgery and through now, again, I'm only 3 years out, but like food is just not. I don't have a relationship with it anymore. It became a chore. I'm kind of stuck in that loop of the burden of it all. I just don't enjoy
Yeah,
food as much, or I've never really been big on the preparing of the meal, but for a lot of us, that probably would make a difference if the taste of your food has improved that much, because
yeah,
you don't restrict yourself, but you are regimented and structured. So, you know, the importance of the food tasting better is probably huge for you.
yeah, yeah. And I feel like I get fuller quicker.
Hmm.
Um, like French fries, and I know this is bad,
Fresh
but
cut French fries.
French fries, yes, and tater tots in beef
Okay.
tallow. Or, gosh,
I feel like we're promoting something really sinful right now.
yes, yes. But I mean, it's okay to have fried food as long as you're not like, I'm not eating a whole bag of French fries or tater tots. You
Oh
know?
no. And that's a fair point too.
Yeah,
It's not there's no reason you can't have fried food, all
yeah,
things in moderation, but
yeah,
when you do choose to eat it, you're being really super conscious and
yes,
you're creating your own cooking oil.
yeah,
That's kind of a big deal. So, yeah, for
yeah,
those of you that like to do all that and really food prep, from like the square one, it could be a really cool thing. I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah.
I
And
also haven't gotten on the sourdough bread kick yet either.
yeah, I don't know if there's a difference with the store-bought beef tallow versus making your own. And all my husband does, for those listeners that are interested, is he just, like, when we ground beef and drain the oil off of it, he just puts it in one of those glass jars. What do they call those? Um,
A mason
with the
jar?
lids. What was that?
A mason jar?
Yes, a mason jar. He puts it in, he drains it into the mason jar, and then he puts it in the freezer, and he keeps collecting it every time. Same thing with, like, bacon grease. And we make bacon, maybe when the kids are home, it's like every Sunday after church, he takes the bacon grease and, like, strains it into the mason jar, and then he freezes it. And so whenever we want to use the oil, he'll bring it out and, like, set it out so it, gets unfrozen, or he'll put it in a pan or a pot of hot water so it, unfreezes. And then he just, like, will drain, like, if we use it in the fryer, he strains the oil back into the mason jar and then refreezes it. And I don't know how different the beef tallow store bought is versus, like, doing it yourself. And it is time consuming, but if you're really serious about making healthier choices and trying to eat more healthy whole foods and you're trying to get off the processed foods, like, that's another, added thing in your lifestyle that you could be doing. And I'm the same way. I don't like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. And sometimes it's difficult to go completely, healthy whole foods and getting off the processed foods. Because, it's so easy just to get the box of rice out and throw it in a pot and stir, throw in the mixture and all that, versus actually, like, making your own rice and making your own, spice or flavoring for, it's difficult. So we try to do those on Sundays, like sides, like
Yeah.
pre-do our sides on Sunday and stick them in the refrigerator for the week. And then, every day if we have a meat, well, then there's a couple sides we could choose from. Because that kind of eliminates the, hour-long food prep in the kitchen. And, sometimes, like, we made black beans, onions and black beans the other day. But we had to, soak the beans, and, it was a long process.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And that's a good point too, because I don't know who I was talking to, maybe my functional lady, and she was saying, that the whole processed food topic, there's levels of processing, and you just want to get it down to the lowest level possible. So you're at 0 with beef tallow, but and then if you go buy it from the store, you might be at a 1 because there has been something done to make it shelf stable.
Yes.
But same with everybody buys black beans in a can from the store because why wouldn't you? But that's why. Yeah, because no one wants to take the time, and there's a few out there like yourself that did take the time, but yeah, it's got to be way better than the processed food. I know that is it's a direction I need to go. One leap I have not taken is, obviously, we know my food logging, because I'm terrible at that.
Yeah.
Or just the better whole food approach, meal prep situation. I go in waves. I got some kale and some quinoa to make a little power bowl, kind of like what you would get at Chipotle, or we have this great little shop here, Rainbow, and she has really good whole food ingredients, but it's like a bowl like that.
Yeah.
But I just haven't had time. So I admire you for doing that, Sue.
Yeah. It's
We'll have to see
hard
if our
because you can't really ever get away from the processed foods. I mean, you can but do we? I mean, we go out to eat, we go, it's all over. And so you can't be perfect 100%, like, healthy whole foods, but you can probably be like 80%,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, for sure. I'll have to keep plugging that way.
Yeah, and it's so weird. Like as you get older, you start to notice, you start to notice things in food. You pay attention more to food and the oils and, what's in it. But yeah, if you have the time to, make your own tallow, and even bacon grease is really good. So,
Oh yeah.
using bacon grease. So, um, you know, just take the time, get yourself some mason jars, and every time you're draining grease off of a piece of beef or any kind of beef, just start saving it and build it
Yeah.
up.
Well, yeah, I hope our listeners chime in and tell us what they're doing if they're doing it and what they think
Yeah.
of beef tallow.
Yeah. Is anybody out there using beef tallow? And what do you use it for? Do you
Yeah.
use it for skin? Do you use it for cooking? Is there some other way we can use beef tallow besides, using it to fry food?
Or tell us we're crazy. I want to hear it.
Yeah. 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 Or are you still using coconut oil? I mean, there's going to be something else that pops along. It always
Yeah,
does.
I know I am. I have the avocado oil and the coconut oil
Yeah.
in my cupboard.
That was the same thing, the avocado oil. And we got that too.
Yeah.
So
Well,
right
thanks,
now,
Sue. That was a nice convo.
yeah, it definitely was. And I hope our listeners are excited. We're back. We're going to have some amazing episodes here, get some guests on, maybe do a couple. Well, actually, we got to get back into the studio.
Yeah.
And then, maybe do some exciting things off site, like maybe a workout, or we need to do our spa day again.
Yes. Yeah. Still
Yes.
want to hit the float spa, and I still want you to come spin with me.
Yes. Yes. Let me know, because I'm all about spinning.
They have shoes you can rent, Sue, because you
Oh,
got to
good.
lock into your bike. Yeah, you got to lock
Yeah.
into the pedals. So
All right. I love it. I love that idea.
cool. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. Thank you, listeners. And as always, wait, there's more.
Up another episode of Wait, There's More. If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure you subscribe, follow, and share this episode with someone who could use a little motivation on their health journey. And don't forget to connect with us on social media, where we share tips and encouragement from our own journeys. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by just searching Wait, There's More, Getting Skinny with Sue and Kim. Remember, your transformation is about more than just the number on the scale, because wait, there's more. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Wait, There's More, Get the Skinny with Sue and Kim.